Good to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is our final virtual events group meeting for the summer. So we thought we just would have some fun. And as you may recognize, our talent today is Steve Greenberg, who is going to play his classic gadget game. What the heck is that? The Gadget Game Show. But before we go to Steve, and Steve, you can wave hi to everybody.
Hi,
Um,
everybody.
I am going to give you another little game to play that's really been bothering me because if you've been looking anywhere lately, you're seeing fakes. I'm pretty good at an Hermes bag and a fake Hermes bag. I sort of developed those skills, but looking at how to spot an image, and worse still, a movie, now that they're all AI generated, is really hard. So we're going to play for a little bit. We're not going to do anything high tech today. Just want you to put fake or real in the chat box when I show an image, and we'll quickly go through. And by the way, this image was generated by AI. And so I'm going to go to the first image, and this one's kind of a giveaway, easy. And tell me fake or real, and tell me if somebody wants to tell me why they think.
It's I'm guessing fake.
Yes. And it is fake because
There's an airplane in the background.
it was released on right after 9/11, and that guy was on the observation deck, and it actually went viral because the observation deck was closed on 9/11. So nothing fancy here, just Photoshop, but it actually did go viral, which is just the beginning of craziness. So you see the date, 9/11/01, got a lot of noise. Fake or real?
Fake.
Actually, real. So that is a rice paddy in Vietnam. And if you actually, it's art. When you go to Vietnam, you can travel to rice paddies like this where different varieties of rice create art. So that is a real image. Who knew? And then I'm going to show you some secrets at the end on how you can actually verify these things. Fake or real?
Fake. Fake.
Real.
Yes. Who said real?
I did, Bill.
No, it's Photoshop. It's a storm. Again, not AI in this case, just Photoshop. I don't know if you can see that American flag in real life or not, but those are the kind of things you can be looking for. Speedboats, can they go that close to the Statue of Liberty? These are the kinds of things you need to be thinking about, like like crazy as you look at images, because they all have their tells. They all have a tell somewhere, and the tells are getting harder to find.
So, Robin, on my screen, it's a small. I'm looking at a small box because
Oh,
you're not
oh,
in presenter mode. Is that supposed to be a mushroom cloud or just a cloud?
oh, just a cloud. Why am I not in? Yeah, my
That's okay.
Did you
just a
put it in
storm
photo
cloud.
mode? The picture
I
will be.
think it's because my OBS box broke 2 minutes before we went on. Okay, this one's getting harder, and this one is AI generated. I see we have an expert on just logged in, Will Kreth, and he should talk about this later and what he's doing. But fake or real?
Fake.
It is fake. Does anybody can imagine why?
He's not a real person.
It's too symmetrical.
I thought the racket was strung wrong. I don't know the answer to this. I just know it's fake, but the racket stringing doesn't go down to the bottom, and his knuckles are really weird.
They are weird. He seems to have five
Well,
fingers. That is good.
the
Yep,
the lighting on the background doesn't
yep,
match the lighting on his face or the racket.
yes. And those are the kind of crazy things that you have to start to look for in as you start to look through images that you come across, that there are these tells. Sometimes it's in the eye, sometimes it's in the shadow, sometimes it's in the knuckles. I'm gonna
So
move. Go ahead.
Is the picture of Trump with the blood on his head and the flag overhead, is that real or is that fake?
You know, that
Oh,
is the problem. We will never know.
just
I mean, that is the problem. Okay, here's another one. Real or fake?
Real.
real.
That is real. And the way I double check this, and I'll tell you where I got all these, I double checked it by doing Google Lens. Everybody familiar with how to do Google Lens? When you do a word search, just look to the right, and it now has an icon that says Lens. And you can upload an image or copy an image into Google Lens, and it will go out and find the closest match it can find. And that's how I learned she was a real astronaut, and I found that exact picture. And she comes from Baldwin, Long Island. So it's kind of an amazing talent that we all have to develop, and in particular, if you're in any sort of journalism or media. Okay, I'm moving on. Moving on. Real or fake? And the crowd goes silent.
Real? I don't know.
That is real. That is real. And again, I used Google Lens. It was part of a commercial for some cosmetic hair product. And I'll show you where these all came from so you can play this game on your own. But next up, this one's tough. Again, they're getting so good. You used to be able to say, oh, look for the uncanny valley eyes or look for uneven eyebrows or something. This one's really, really good. And is it fake or real?
Guessing fake.
Right. So to me, and I don't know exactly what
other things, a lot of other problems.
Say them. Say what they are. I saw the ski jacket. That bothered me
Just please stop thinking any of this is fair or right or anything. It's not. You're getting screwed. It's like that's, I don't know how else to say it. Yeah. That's what's going on. And McClary was.
You broke up.
Yeah.
We lost you.
Okay.
Big
So
brother got you.
He's under the thumb of Silverstein and Uring. Silverstein tells his little group of people that Steve's my bitch. He will do whatever I want. And that's why we can't get rid of him, because you need a majority of the city council to vote to get rid of the city manager.
What are we listening?
And without Silverstein's vote,
Howard's on another call.
I think, are you in the right meeting? I don't know if anybody remembers, we once had the guy who thought he was in naked goat yoga.
Yeah.
This is kind of akin to that. Howard?
Is that a real or fake?
Yeah, but clearly he's solving bigger problems than is it. But this is a fake image, and I believe it's because she's wearing a ski jacket, is it tell, and the background is sort of more Adobe summerish. But there you have it. And I'm going to move on. So this one has anybody seen this?
Yeah.
This became pretty famous and started getting us all thinking about, okay, the Pope's wearing his Balenciaga puff coat, but his glasses are crooked. The chain is wrong. It's only half a crucifix around his neck, and his water bottle is being carried incorrectly. And are we all?
You're depending on these fakes being flawed, but eventually the fakes won't be flawed, and then there'll be no way of telling. So, I mean, right now you're in the early stage, but maybe 3 months from now, there won't be any flaws.
Totally. And if you're looking at some of the video coming out, the same thing is happening now, that it's going to be, right now you can look for a video and sort of say, yeah, something looks uncanny, unreal. And the rate at what's getting better is really accelerating. So I tried to make, but it's not easy. So I tried to make this deep fake. And I said, show me Delta flying through the sky on the 4th of July. And I don't know what I got. I got the Russian something or other. But so I think that there is a talent to making a good deep fake. And that was my only point in showing that. Will, Bill
Did you
Pratt.
did you see about 6 months ago or so they had Will Smith eating spaghetti or something? AI, and then that was 6 months ago. And it was terrible. He had more fingers, and it was just like this crazy thing. Then about a month ago, they did it again, and it was flawless. I mean, it looked like Will Smith eating spaghetti and hot dogs, and you would never have not known it wasn't real video. So it's getting better exponentially.
In my experience, it doesn't, and this sort of confirms it. It still won't give you real words. If you say, "Give me a bar with this name," uh, the Midjourney or Dali, they won't give you a word. Like, yeah. I mean, last time I tried, I know it's happening so fast, but anytime I've ever asked it to give me a word, right, it won't do it. Like right now, if you asked it for, I can't remember what airline you asked it for.
Delta. Yeah.
Delta. It
That's
didn't
a
give
good
you
point.
Delta. Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
I happened to be doing this on the 4th of July, flying out to Denver. So I figured whatever. And maybe that's it. Maybe they can't use brands.
Well,
No, the words even so far.
The brand symbol is on there. So that's Delta's symbol on the plane.
On the tail.
On the tail.
And next to the FETL.
That doesn't look quite right.
It's an eye test. It's what it is. Like the doctor's office eye test. But let me not belabor that point. So where you can do this, and Karen, maybe you can put this in the chat window, but to play this at home, the Kellogg School, Northwestern, has this fabulous site where they just put up image after image of fake or reals, and then you vote, and then it tells you how you're doing compared to the rest of the people, and it asks you why you thought they were fake or real. So you are actually helping them build their large language model of fake and real images, which I thought was kind of incredible. So thank you, Bill. I urge you all to go there. I was so hooked. You will never get the same image twice. You'll never find out why your guess was right or wrong, but you will know how you're doing compared to everybody else, and you will.
So they don't tell you if you're right or wrong?
They tell you if you're right or wrong, but they don't tell you why. So if you said fake, it would say, no, this image is real. So you're not learning, but they are learning about you, about people's ability to detect real and fake. I'm sure they'll do video soon. Will Kreth, do you know more about this?
Rob and I don't. So this is yeah.
That's great. Yeah, so Will, and so I want to go into I want to switch over to what are people doing about this, and that's why I called on Will. So we can't expect this is my AI Robin, just like Reid Hoffman has his, but there is no silver bullet answer to any of this. And I like to think about it like in the old days when we had antivirus software. You got a virus, the virus software had to catch up. It was always like playing cops and robbers. It was like hit him here, the next one comes up, hit him here, and eventually we don't think about it that much anymore because a lot of it is moved into the cloud or into our devices where a lot of viruses are caught. We never even know that they're happening. And that's just, I think we'll see a similar trajectory in deep fake detection. So I'm just going to give you 4 quick observation. You all just took the exercise in observing deep fakes. So just be aware that look for the telltale signs, especially with an election year coming up. And not just for us, but all over the world. Deep fake detectors, I'll show you some of them. Watermarking and blockchain and provenance is where Will fits in. So I'm so glad that you're here. There are a million of these deep fake detectors out there. This one's called Fake Catcher. They actually look pixel by pixel for abnormalities in the pixel, especially around the eyes. And I'll give you a link to these slides. They're as good as till the next time when the AI gets better, and then they have to get better. So they'll look at voice. They actually can look at blood flow through the skin in a video and in stills, and just detect the liveliness of skin tone. Here's another one called Sentinel. This one looks at facial expressions, looks at blinks in video, looks for audio manipulated pixels. Again, just another solution. And the problem is the cops and robbers things. The technology works initially, and then they figure out how the technology works and come up with a better version. Watermarking. Also, you're starting to see a popular, this is an invisible stamp, naked to your eye. You cannot see this, but Google Synth ID is a suite of tools, for example, that helps create digital watermarks that can only be seen the same way a watermark used to be seen, like this image belongs to Yahoo, or and so these AI watermarks are embedded into images and can give you some ownership. And there are a lot of discussions about how well this works. They also get attacked. They can also be easily faked. They could also be undetectable through various means, and be altered. So there are one solution in a toolkit as well. And then where Will comes in, and I keep calling him out because I see him on the call, is when are deepfakes? Deepfakes is a pejorative term, like bad deepfakes. But there are a lot of reasons that you want to fake. And especially in the celebrity world, when you can't be everywhere all at once, so you can't be making that animated cartoon series at the same time you're shooting a commercial, at the same time you're at a concert. So Human Digital is Will's company, and I urge you, and Will, you could say a few words about it, but the idea is that you hand digital. Did I get
it's okay. You have it, the hand, human, and digital. It happens all the time. Hi, everybody. Yeah,
I'm going to turn it over to you because it's a really important concept. Take 3 minutes.
It's about consent, right? And there's the 4 C's. Our friends at CAA, the talent agency, talked about consent-based digital replicas need to abide by 4 things: consent, control, credit, and compensation. So if you can provide to the in a world where deepfakes, if they are the virus, as Robin said, what's the antidote? What's the antiviral? And you mentioned antivirus software before. It's about providing, if we're going to have a world with consent-based replicas, FKA Twigs, the musician, went to Capitol Hill to say, I want my replica to be doing my social media while I make music. That's her prerogative. It's, it's an interesting story. We're living in an interesting episode of a choose your science fiction series, but that is a reality, that opportunity exists, that the licensing of one's name, image, and likeness to a object, call it the digital replica, because that's what SAG-AFTRA called it in the contract with AMPTP in December, that replica has a way to be tracked and measured and compensated. We are an identifier, talent identity registry, and like a tracking beacon to provide an interoperable way to track the replica connected back to the human and make sure that there's those 4 C's again: consent, control, credit, and compensation, and that is adopted hopefully on a broad scale, but in a world where unauthorized, fraudulent usages of nil rights are kind of a Pandora's box that's been opened, and the horse out of the barn. What are the systems and methods by which we're going to change the narrative there? We want to be a piece of the puzzle in that story.
And the other resource that people should know, and you can probably tell them because everything in my system is broken today, the Adobe effort, the consortium, content.
C2PA.
Say it again.
C2PA is the Coalition for Content Provenance and Authenticity. And that's a joint effort between BBC and Microsoft, which did Project Origin in the UK, and Adobe, which stood up the CAI, the Content Authenticity Initiative. And that's now got, you can go to c2pa.org. Dozens, maybe 100, 200 companies are participating in the content credentials attestation, the support of three things: cryptographic metadata, watermarking, and fingerprinting, bound to the media object in a resilient and hopefully non-destructible way. And that's the effort they're working on, to provide a way to kind of harden the media file types that we know and love with that provenance metadata.
So now can I divulge that I'm not really here at all? I licensed myself to be here instead. No, right now this is Hollywood is freaking out about this, but voting, doctor, I mean, this is going to be everybody's problem. And that's why I wanted you all to have a little taste of A, just using your senses and know how prevalent this is. It's everywhere. B, know that the tech solutions are flawed, but many. And that ultimately there will be a system where we have a digital identity, and that digital identity is monetizable and trackable and can live on in perpetuity. So that's my part. Now, let me just, oh shoot, I think I have just, I'm so sorry, my OBS box went crazy. Forget it. Never mind that. There's the QR code. I did a version of this at AI for Good Summit in Geneva, and the slides are up there if you take a shot of that. And I tied it into journalism a lot there, because I do believe, and I'll just say this is my last words, I think that within the next 18 months, journalism will be, a lot of the basic stuff will be written by AI. So I'm talking about the quarterly reports, the weather, the who won the ball game, the basic rudimentary. When it comes to human insight, that will be journalists. But journalists are going to have to learn how to use these tools and all these models to verify their story, and to be able to say, I don't know, I tried to verify this was a real image 7,000 ways, but I just couldn't. So when I studied journalism, you never put yourself in the story. It was just the facts. I think that's going to change. You are going to put yourself in the story. You're going to have to talk about your sources, and there are going to have to be many sources. So we can visit that another time. But what we're really here for, unless anybody has a comment before we move on to part two, what we're really here for is to play a game. And we've invited Steve Greenberg to join us to play. Well, I'm so sorry that you're probably seeing all these slides because my damn box is broken. What the heck is that? And this is sort of like real or fake meets gadgets.
So we're going to play the game, but the reason I'm actually here to begin with is because I do the show at trade shows in the real world, and I'm man on the street. And I started the show on Zoom, which is virtual. And then I went to an event that Robin had that was with a company called Room 3D, which also is called Aired, which is also some part of a thing called TMW Foundation. I'm not quite sure of where it corporately landed, but the idea was to take Zoom and blow out the boxes, get rid of the boxes, and all of us would be sitting with one shared virtual background, whether it be a conference table or a cafe in Paris or a game show set. So I went to the company. I said, this would be a fun thing for the game show, and it might be a fun way to do it. Let's try it out. So I did 3 episodes. So if you go on the game show site and you go to episode 88, 86, or 84, all 3 of those episodes.
You want us to show a little bit of it?
And let's see a little clip of it so you can see what it looks like on a virtual Room 3D Air TMRW Foundation produced platform. Welcome to another episode of What the Heck Is That? And here is our mystery gadget. Very strange looking. But before we figure out what the heck that is, you've got to be asking, where am I right now? Take a look at this. I'm on a virtual stage. This very cool virtual platform is made possible by the folks at the TMRW Foundation with the vision of the Internet of Life, IOL, using Reality OS. So let's play the game and we'll see where we are in the world in just a second. So here again is the mystery gadget, and you got to be asking yourself, what the heck is that? What the heck is that? Welcome to What the Heck Is That? The new gadget game show. We've got 4 terrific panelists right here, and they're going to try to figure out what the heck that is. So give me a yes or no question. We're going to go to our first panelist in position number 1. Ray, where in the world are you located? And what is your yes or no question to try to figure out what the heck is this?
Hello, everyone. Like, as you say, I'm Ray or Raymond, as you prefer, and I'm currently living and staying in Barcelona, in Spain.
One of my favorite.
My first question, seeing the kind of shape, especially this, like the small part of it, would be, is it something you put on your mouth?
Bing, bing, bing. Absolutely. Great question. And that's an absolute yes. Yes, this does go on your mouth. But ultimately, we're going to be asking why. But yes, excellent. Okay, let's move to position 2. That's the idea. So even though they were in Barcelona and in, I think, Budapest and somewhere else, I was in New York. It appeared like we were on one virtual set. And again, it's Zoom without the boxes. Now, Room 3D has come back to me and said they can do a better job. So maybe we'll try it again. I had some issues with making this work for my needs, but that's another story. But it certainly would solve the problem of doing this game show where I could have contestants all over the place. I could have a celebrity or a minor celebrity who would be otherwise inconvenient to actually go to, but use them this way would be great. Like when I was doing the show on Zoom, I had Judy Gold on as a guest. That couldn't happen, in real life. It would be hard to coordinate her schedule and get her to do it. But if we're doing it in the Zoom environment, and the Room 3D environment, we could do it. So that's why it really worked for the game show. And that's sort of how Rob and I connected and said, oh, well, we're here. Let's play a couple of rounds of the game. In fact, we could even play that specific product. I have it right here. So that could be our first Mr. Gadget. You sort of got a hint of it already, but this is the gadget.
Breathalyzer.
It's not a breathalyzer. And let me point out also that the blue tape is just my way of hiding the logo. So it's nothing more than that. It's not part of the product. And the way we usually work it is rather than just guessing what it is, especially when we have more time like we have when we do this, you can ask a couple of like 20 questions type of questions. Like, is it something I would use in a home office? Is it something I would take with me when I travel or whatever? So that helps to narrow down what it is and then ultimately try to guess what the heck that is. So we might as well play with this one. We have 4 panelists. We have Suzanne, Kate, Sharon, and Bill. And let me show everybody participating what this thing looks like. It's got a hole here. I think it's worth noting to help you out. There's a hole down here. It's pretty small. It's a real product. It does solve a problem. And so let's go to Suzanne first. Give me a question. Try to figure out what it is.
Is it used to get high?
It is not used for the use. It's very family friendly, solves a problem, but not used for anything having to do with getting high, but an excellent guess and eliminates a big category. So very good. Kate, take a good look.
I'm trying to see the end. It looks to me like it plugs into a USB port and then there's a little hole in the top you could plug something in. So would it be something that I would use to use my computer to charge something else?
I'm going to tell you no. And in fact, there's nothing electronic in this. This doesn't have batteries. It doesn't plug in. It's a great little gadget, but nothing tech about it. It's just ingenious. So, okay, we move on to Sharon with this beautiful background.
Would it be part of my daily routine?
I don't know about daily, but I could see you maybe using it once a week or maybe once every 2 weeks. It kind of depends on some issue with you, but it's something, it depends. Some people probably need it more often than others. Others can go a long time and not have this issue, but it does solve an issue. Bill, with the real background, what's your question?
Does it have a button on it for activation? You said there's a little port at the bottom, right?
Yeah, there's a little hole. Oh my gosh, right there. I don't know if you can see it too well. And then, of course, there's the much bigger hole up here. Um, and that's kind of almost the engineering wise, what has to be pointed out on it, but it solves a problem. It's a tough one. I'm not going to say this is easy. I'm only doing this one first because it was teased on that virtual platform. Okay, let's go around with a second question for round two, and then we'll try and guess. So going back to Suzanne. Suzanne, what's your next question?
Is it used for health issues?
Yes, bing, bing, bing. It does solve a health problem. So that's eliminated a lot of categories. Great way to play the game. Kate, she set you up nicely.
Does it help with hearing?
Does not help with hearing, but good, we eliminated that one. Sharon?
Is it to clean anything? No.
Nope, doesn't clean anything. Bill?
So it's used orally, the mouth.
Yes.
Does it relieve for relieving anxiety or any?
Nope, not for anxiety relief. Though I have another gadget for that, but that's not, not this one. Okay, so I guess if we can do questions, one more round of questions, or we can guess. One more round of questions.
Well, can you see the chat window? We're getting some
Oh, I'm not really looking at the chat
guesses.
window. In fact, Robin, you can look at that and read them to me so I can kind
Is
of
it an oral thermometer?
It is not an oral thermometer, but a great guess.
Is it a nebulizer?
It's not a nebulizer. I've used one of those. It's not that.
Is it a straw?
It is not a straw. It solves a problem. And we know it's sort of medical.
Is it for bad breath or?
Not for bad breath. Let's I'll go back to
sleep apnea, for choking.
Not for sleep apnea or choking.
Well, you're killing us. Wait, did somebody on that virtual room get it right? Because we're starting to feel really dumb. For asthma?
No, I don't think. I think this one stumped everybody. This is a tough one. I'm not going to deny
asthma?
that.
Just came up?
Nope.
Reflux?
Not reflux. We've named a lot of good problems, though.
Tooth whitener?
Not a tooth whitener.
I give up.
Okay. Are we giving up? Or do you want a question?
Bill, I have another question.
Bill?
You said there's no electronics associated with it?
Oh,
Nothing.
None at all. Nothing. It's even, I can tell you it's hollow.
Okay, audience wants to know, does it make a sound?
Does not make a sound.
Is it used in water?
It's used, yes. Bing. It's used with water.
Oh, a smoking deterrent.
Nope.
Just came up. A snoring thing, improved breathing. We're getting killed here, guys.
It's a health thing. It's used in with water, and the other thing is, I forgot my other question that you said was right. But anyway,
and it's not a fake. Let's go back to the beginning, right? It's not a fake.
No. In my game, they're all real. They're all real gadgets. They're not even prototypes. These are all things you can currently buy online. Yes, Bill, I see your hand up.
Do you blow into it?
You don't blow into it, but you're certainly warm.
So you're sucking through it.
Yeah.
Correct.
Does it purify water or add taste or?
Should we throw the cards over? Give up?
Okay, let's do it.
I'm afraid so. We'll go for we're gonna knock it down. We're gonna knock it out of the park in round two. Okay.
This is a hard one. I only did it first because it was in the game there. It's called Hickaway, and it stops hiccups. Now,
Jesus.
Hey, I'm gonna have to buzz you on that one. So what's great about it, I mean, actually it works. I have to tell you, I have tried it, used it. Almost every gadget I show, I think every gadget I show, I try in real life world. And this one definitely works. So the way it works is you put this into water, and when you're hiccuping, you suck through here, and this little hole here creates kind of a tension. And that tension sort of resets your GI so the hiccup stops. and it absolutely works.
I want to know. We want to know how you gave yourself hiccups in the first place to test.
I didn't just. I know. I kept it around. Just I don't get hiccups that often, frankly. But sometimes I eat fast and I get hiccups. I get accused of eating too quickly. So I kept it around with me, and sure enough, I did get hiccups. Threw in a glass of water, tried it. They stopped like that. So this is
a great gift. This is great for a gift. Really is.
Yeah.
It is, just,
that is a stocking stuffer that everybody needs.
Yes. Absolutely. I mean, what a great product. It's between $12 and $14, thegrommet.com or at hickaway.com.
Awesome.
So now you got an idea how the game works, okay?
Stockings, yeah, that was just a warm-up round. And
that was a good warm-up.
Watching, please play along. These guys apparently need all the lifelines they can get.
of your gadget IQ and your engineering, because you kind of have to reverse engineer. Like, okay, why was it doing that? Why did they put that way? This is a hard one because who knew how to cure hiccups? But okay, I'll start off with an easier one here for our next round right here. So here we go. Take a good look. No electric, no batteries, nothing plugs in. What the heck is that? Suzanne, what's your question?
Is it used in the bathroom?
It is not used in the bathroom. Great guess, and great to eliminate that category. Kate, what's your question?
Does it generate energy for itself in any way?
Does not generate energy for itself or for anyone else. Sharon?
Is it used to plug anything or to stop anything from flowing, or
no, not really. I think that's a safe no.
Okay.
Bill?
I'm reading the chat windows and laughing.
Is the handle the bottom or is the handle the top?
Well, it's supposed to be a yes or no question, but we'll make it, is the handle the bottom? And I'll say yes, the handle is the bottom.
So it goes in that position.
Correct. And that's a great question because you didn't know if it went like this or like this, but now we know it goes like this. Okay, we go back to Suzanne. What's your second question?
Is it something you use in your house?
Absolutely. It's definitely a house product. Now we go to Kate. I think Kate had her hand up too.
Yes.
Is it a cup holder?
Bing, bing, bing. We got a winner. I mean, it's close to it. It's called Soda Stud, which I really think it should be called couch potato, but it basically goes in between the cushions of your couch. Your soda goes in like that. Here's its official logo. And by the way, Soda Stud was my nickname in college, but I don't want to go. It's
nice going, team. Nice.
It's about $11 at sodastud.com. It comes in a couple different colors. It sits between the cushions in your couch. When you're watching TV, you can keep your beverage of choice there.
I love
it. Easy product solves a problem.
I like the one, whoever answered using it at the beach. I think it makes a great sand shovel.
Oh, yeah. But I've seen other ones. There are ones that are actually more designed for sand, but this works great in the sand. I've actually tried it in the sand. It works great. So that's a good one. Okay.
Yeah. You're on a roll. Guys, you are getting really good at this.
Okay, wait. Kate has got one, right?
Yeah.
So we got one. So somebody's got to keep score.
Now I know who's competitive in our group.
Right. And the winner is going to get a hideaway or a sucker. Right.
Oh, I'm so busted. That had to be a guy thing too, didn't it?
No, just a
no. Okay.
I'm all for it. I see you. I see you.
I know. I hear you.
Okay, here we go. Here's the next mystery gadget. I'm going to show you there's a lot of sides to this thing, but here it is. Turn it like this, showing you from different angles. The back is kind of the engineering. It's got this thing here. There's a spring right here. There's a button here in front. And this is the gadget. Okay. So we start off with Suzanne again. Suzanne, what's your question?
Is this used on a wall?
It is not used on a wall, but a great question. I like what you're thinking. Kate was now in the lead.
Yeah, I was going to ask the wall question. So does it move back and forth, that member there? And how, sorry, puppy dog.
Well, I'll show you I'll give you a hint. You guys will get, there's a little button right here. You got to push this button and this thing snaps down and then springs back up.
Does it lock a door?
Does it block a door? Is that what you asked?
Like keep a door from not being able to be opened.
No, it's not for keeping a door from not being open, but in a way it's good thinking there. Okay. Sharon?
Is it something I would put inside the house, in the household?
Absolutely. It's inside your house. It's an inside your house. And it does solve a problem. Not everybody has this problem, but if you have this problem, you need it solved.
Does it have anything to do with pets?
So I was going to do a correction because in the TV show, if you ask a question and you get a yes answer, don't you get to keep asking questions?
Yeah, but we've suspended those rules. Right. That's if we were doing this that way, that until you get your first no, and then you go.
So I think Sharon gets another question because she got a yes.
Then it goes to Kitty Carlisle after that. So yeah, she definitely gets a yes. So your question was about pets, right?
Yeah.
So I would say could be, but probably not the number one reason you would get it. I could see it in some strange situations, but more than likely it's not for a pet. But I wouldn't say a complete no on that.
Does it have to do with a baby?
Have to do with a baby? Yeah, I think I would say I'll give you a hint. It's more of less a baby, more a toddler.
Pets are the new babies. I'll just say that.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it's not interchangeable.
Does it stop them from opening a door or getting out of a crib or going downstairs or something like that?
No, it's something very specific. I think Bill, Bill, I think.
So, yeah, my next question was, does it attach to a like a cabinet door?
It attaches to something, but not a cabinet door.
Okay.
Is it used to catch anything? Is it used to catch rodents or animals?
No, not any kind of trap or anything like that.
Okay, so Tony asks, does it keep a tiny pillow in place over your right ear? Just thought I'd throw that in.
No, it doesn't do that, unfortunately.
There's a market for that.
Right now, there's a big market for that. Yeah.
Oh, does it attach to those? My kids are already. Those kitty jails.
Not for a kitty jail.
Good question. Does it attach with a smartphone? Comes to from one of our.
Great question. Has absolutely nothing to do with a smartphone.
Does it hold something up?
I would say yes.
Well, it releases.
Sort of. Yeah, I'd say yes. It does hold something up.
Does it release something gradually or keep it open because the toddler can't keep it open or dispense of it?
Kind of. I mean, we're getting warmer, definitely. It's definitely keeping something up. It's to give you a bit of a hint, it's not to help the toddler.
Oh no, is it like to feed them in any way or like a slower?
No.
Because they can hold their own bottles.
Even it's not for feeding them.
Okay.
I guess my hint to you would be it's keeping a toddler from doing something. It's stopping a toddler from doing something.
From getting their fingers indoors, from
opening an oven or touching a hot something?
Nope.
It
The
sticks to
toilet?
something,
Does it
right?
have
The
anything
back
to
is
do with the
Velcro.
toilet?
I think what was that? What was that? Someone repeat what they just
A
said?
toilet. Does it have anything to do with the toilet?
It does have
It
something to do
keeps
with
the
the toilet.
lid closed on the toilet.
Nope. But you're still you got the right appliance. You've got the right
Keep them
room.
from not flushing the toilet?
Bing, 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 bing.
Wow.
Suzanne, you get it. It's
Oh,
yours.
whoa.
Okay, let me show you the packaging because I have to prove it to you. It's called Flush Stop. And the problem is the inventor behind this had a toddler that just wouldn't stop flushing their toilet.
I didn't even know that's a problem. That's like
I didn't know it was a
now I
problem
know.
either.
Way to go, Suzanne.
Thanks.
Good job.
Oh, very nice job. So basically what it does is you set this up, stick it to the toilet, and then the only way you can flush, you have to push this button, and then you can flush, and it goes back up.
Now I get what you said about pets. I'm sure there's like intelligent pets.
And I'm sure there's a pet that had a flush, and this would stop them too. I just don't think that's what it's designed for. But I was like, you know what? I could see
Fair
that.
enough.
But it only works in the world of handled toilets, like with handles, not with
not the push button toilet. Yeah, that's
there's a whole other market waiting for you guys. Like to just
it's killing this guy's business. Those push button toilets.
So, Steve, do these products succeed?
That's a great question. I don't pick them by their success. I pick them by their one being tough to figure out, and two, I think they're funny. So, but I think some of them are so naturally strange they get a lot of editorial pickup, and that means they get a lot of sales. Like when I wrote my book Gadget Nation, I picked stuff that I just thought was funny and fun, but generally only 8% of products, and it's really small, that have any modicum of success. My book, of the products I picked, 107, pretty much, I don't know, something like 74% had a modicum of success. And that's because I picked ones that were editorially interesting. So other people who were putting it in an editorial environment picked them as well. So they got a lot of free press, and free press obviously helps sales. So I would think there's some truth to that with the game show as well, though I haven't really studied it yet.
No, but you definitely need a sequel book, and you should make them pay you to be in the book.
I know.
So just do we have, does everybody up for one more round, one more lightning round?
Sure.
With audience chiming in. I don't know where you find these. Where do you shop is what I want to know.
Well, I go to all these trade shows, and I'm always looking to see. I'm looking for stuff for my segments because I do about 35 TV segments, 35 stations around the country, plus the Today Show. And then while I'm looking, I'm like, oh, this is interesting, and I kind of rack it up as something I should consider for the game show. So it's sort of like happening all the time. So, okay, I have so many good ones to pick from right now, but this one I've used a lot. So you might know it just because I've done it. I think Tony knows it because I've done it in front of him already, Tony Montagliani. So you can't play, Tony. You have to refuse. Okay, so here is the mystery gadget. Okay, take a good look. I'll show you all around him. He's got this.
Sharon, this has your name all over it.
I put a sticker on it so you can't see his name. He's got a hole in his hat. He's got this. He rattles.
It's a pencil sharpener.
It's not a pencil sharpener. I always say it's not a Danny DeVito pencil sharpener. Danny DeVito.
It's something for cigarettes.
Nothing for cigarettes. It's a great little product too, by the way, and it works terrific. I've used it.
Is it for adults, or is it used by adults?
Yeah, I would say this is definitely for adults, not a toy. Show the bottom again. He's got a little bit of a rattle, which doesn't really tell you much. Okay, so I think
the bottom again.
To help you approach it,
show the bottom again.
Try to figure out where it's used. That'll help you, I think.
Slow down so we could see it. Okay.
Is it mounted on anything?
Nope. I think if you try to help you guys out, to narrow down where you would use it would help you figure out what it is, maybe.
Inside the house?
Inside the house, definitely.
In the kitchen.
Bing, absolutely. It is a kitchen product. See, now you're making headway. Okay, so we're in the kitchen. Now, of course, the fact that they made him into this Italian gangster, which is probably politically
something to do with the Italian cuisine.
That has something to I'm hearing I'm hearing getting warmer.
Wine?
I'm
wine?
hearing
Anything to do with wine? Or?
Not wine, but I heard some stuff there and you're rattling off of stuff that made sense.
Anything to do with seasoning?
Nothing to do with seasoning.
Boiling water?
Ooh, very good. Was that
change?
Who said that?
I'm sorry, it was Marion.
Yeah.
Yeah, Marion.
Marion, you've probably seen this many gadgets.
When the
steam comes out his head when.
Well, it has to do with the boiling water. Okay, you definitely got that's very, very good.
And he's not a lobster fisherman. He's really an Italian mafia.
No, he's like a little.
Oh, it's pasta ready.
He's what? Yeah. Okay. What did you say?
He tells you when your pasta is ready.
Al dente.
Ding, ding, ding. We got a winner. Yes.
Wow.
So the way this works, his name is Al dente. That's his name. And you drop him into boiling water with your pasta, and then he sings different Italian songs.
Oh, I want that.
So when you're Z, for each of the different things, Sola mio, and the theme to the Godfather and whatnot. And there's a little on the box, it tells you what theme is at what time, so that you know when he's singing That's Amore, it's been 3 minutes, etc. So he's a floating singing pasta timer.
Nice.
I love
that. For details on him,
I think I might need that.
You too. I love that.
Great gift. $24.95 from brainstream.us. And he's one of my favorites because he's just so darn cute.
And sings. Does he need batteries? I love that.
No batteries.
This is.
I'm sorry, I had to take a call. What was it?
It is a singing pasta timer. It goes into the water, and as it goes through the various minutes, sings
That's
different
brilliant.
songs.
But in your case, it could be a phone call timer.
Like if you boil water while you make a phone call, it's going to work.
So I think.
Can I show one?
Sure.
You have a favorite gadget?
Let me see if I can. I'm going to try and share my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. And is it really small? I don't know if I can make it bigger.
It's a dark thing on a dark background. That's its problem.
Yeah.
With prongs coming in.
That looks like a vegetable peeler.
No, that's not it.
I can't tell what I'm looking at.
It's hard. I had to do a cut in order to see it, but
are those two prongs coming off of it, or is that a tube?
It's not two prongs. That is a clear piece of silicone.
Silicone?
Is it medical?
No.
Not medical.
So what? It's a clear piece of silicone.
Okay. What else would you do? Is it automotive?
No.
Do you use it in a particle accelerator?
No.
I didn't think a particle accelerator.
Is it used for a person's body?
It's not for your body, but it does have a human enhancement. And not where all your brains went.
Right.
I didn't think so. Just
no, it doesn't. Yeah.
Does it light up?
It does light up.
Oh wow.
How long is that piece of silicon, and is it rigid?
The piece of silicon is about 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch long. The other part is proportional.
So you hold the handle in your hand, and the silicone tube lights up, and
no, you don't hold it in your hand.
You don't
hold it.
Is it for audio?
It does have an audio purpose.
How big is it? How big is it total? What are the dimensions?
So it's the black part is about the size of your finger.
Is it used by a dentist?
Nope.
Not medical.
No, I'm sorry. You're right.
Do you keep it in your? Oh, we talked about cars.
I wish I had a better picture. So
We're
running out of time.
Yeah, just give it to us.
This is actually a startup company, and I am looking for a consumer electronics expert who can help me to develop this. It is actually a product that has been patented. That's a little screen. The clear silicone is a screen, and the black part attaches to your glasses. There is a audio app that goes with it, and it Bluetooths language. So it is closed captioning for the hearing impaired, so that right here in front of your eye, you can see the words that are being spoken.
So you don't need your mobile app or anything. So
you don't need multiple application. And I mean, you can do this on your phone now.
Yes.
You can hold your phone up and people can talk. The trick of this is that it's heads up, not heads down. So when you're having a conversation with somebody, what you're seeing is right there in front of your eye, or what you're talking, or whether the person is talking or you're talking, you can actually see the closed captioning.
Cool. And it's got to be cheaper than the Meta AR.
Oh my God. This is a CVS or Walmart product. The price point is about $99, but they could give it away for free. And it has a app that goes with it, which is a subscription.
Yeah, no, because it's funny. You called me, and right after that,
we're back at
called me and says he has a buyer. But I would
hear somebody on a different call again, solving the world's problems.
I don't know.
We've got 3 minutes left.
Push it and let me know what happens.
I want to say that.
I want to say the most important.
All right, cool.
Okay. So I want to say the most important thing.
Thank you.
That we are going to take a summer vacation in August. And so we'll.
No, I will. Let's try to push it to your guy, because they're real.
If you mute power, yes, perfect.
Yes. So I know who that. Yes. Multitaskers always get caught in the act, is what I say. So I put Steve's website in the chat window. Steve's just got a great eye for products. And if you remember the first part of the program, we talked about deep fakes. So you should have a great eye for deep fakes. We'll be back in September. We have some really cool stuff lined up for the first part of the fall. So I hope you'll be with us. Enjoy the rest of summer. Keep your news coming. And thank you all so much.